Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We're starting it off with Dixie on a daily time frame, and as you can see, Dixie is already opened up after this holiday weekend at 102.50 and is already getting a little bit of a pullback. Today, we need to see if we are going to close at this level or not. You can see that we've already almost touched our oversold area in the RSI, but we are actually coming right into the resistance. Today, we will see if we can close above that 102.60 level to start back our attempt of a consolidation and another attempt upside. If you look closely, regardless of how much downside we got on Dixie, it is still a higher low. And if we start this consolidation as we had already pre-planned last week and we make a higher low rounding bottom, we can look for us to come back and test into that 103, and then we can try again 103.50 and moving forward. If the downside of Dixie does come continually today and we get a pushback down into that 102 level, if as long as we're not closing under 102, that's good. But if we get a close under 102, I'm still looking for that support at 101 for an equal low. And as we're getting this downside, we should be looking for nice upside on Bitcoin, ETH, and other tech stocks in the market that are getting a little bit of some love in a risk on mentality, especially since today's the first day coming back. I mean, I would be cautious because U.S. markets still need to digest how China's recovery is slowing down post-COVID, and how Japan is actually becoming a more attractive investment for other people such as Warren Buffett, because he can see the returns they're continuing in that fashion as opposed to say Europe or US, which he's looking for declines, and in like China. So just be aware of that we're gonna need a day or two to see exactly what to see direction wise today as markets open. So don't be jockeying for position. Give the time for the market to consolidate and then look for some upside, if anything, because I think people are going to be rushing to get into the markets today. And yeah, hopefully that'll bring some upside. So let's start it off with Bitcoin on a daily time frame. As you can see, we have been consolidating in this little descending triangle. We actually got the touch of the bottom over here and a nice pop up after this holiday weekend. And we're right at the resistance right now where we expected around this 27,300 to this 26,800. With the 4 hour open and close above this 27,000, I would be looking for us to test into that 27,500 and then see if we can get claimed above that. We need to flip that into into support, because right now it is the resistance for us to continue our upside. We are getting nicely supported with support at the 200 EMA, and we're getting resistance at this moving average over here at 27.3. So keep that in mind. Between 27.3 and 25,300 is our range, which is about $2,000. So keep that in mind for when you take your trade. I am looking for a consolidation here sideways and up out of this triangle, and looking for us to come eventually back into 28,000 to test that range. But I will wait until today's close. If it's above 26,300, I'll look for sideways and up. If it's under, I'll look for lower. And obviously, if we close above it, we're looking for higher. So keep that in mind moving forward. Let's go to a 4 hour to give you a little bit more of an in-depth view. You can see the 4 hour just gave you 3 drives. Downside is possible. If we come up and get a 4 hour underneath 26,500, I would be looking for some downside to come. A 4 hour open and close underneath 26,500 would make me think that we're going to come test all the way back here to 26,000. Look for some sideways support before continuing up. If we get another 4 hour close underneath 26,000, I would be looking for us to go test back into the 25,000. So just be aware of those levels, because we can continually consolidate in this triangle in this fashion. Okay, that's one possibility. Or what we're looking for is some sideways here and a triangle back out. Okay, and then the worst case scenario would be coming over here finding a dead cat, and then coming back over here and trying to break on the bottom of this triangle. The measured move, everyone knows, it's like 22, 23,000 or 19.5 worst case. So all of those possibilities are still there. Just because the market is opening after a holiday, should be a little bit more cautious, because that flighty floating action is just for a little bit of liquidity grab for downside. So just be aware of that moving forward. Let's go take a look at ETH on the daily. ETH on the daily doing the same thing as Bitcoin, consolidating into a descending triangle, wedge, whatever you want to call it, bull flag. We did breach the 200 EMA, took that liquidity, found some support, reversed right back into the 200 EMA, and we're trying to find some support. If the daily can close above 17,000 or 1,700, I'll be looking for sideways and up. But if we get a 4-hour open and close underneath 17, I'm going to be looking for us to test the low, probably back at 1650, and then we can look to see if we get to 1550 from there. Right now, the RSI is looking at sideways and up, so I'm hoping that we hold this 1720, 1710 level as support sideways on the 4-hour open and closes. But the second we get a 4-hour open and close underneath that level, I will be very cautious for downside. Here is the 4-hour chart on ETH. You can see that we are trying to find some support on this RSI. So I would be looking at 1720 as support. Once again, 4-hour open and close underneath 1720. I'll be looking for us to test into 1700 and then possibly even lower, 1650 to 1550. But holding this inverse head and shoulder right now and going sideways, RSI even supports this, that you can get a little bit of a flighty floating action back up, test into that resistance, pull back, find support, and then break out. So just be aware that once we get above 1750 with 4-hour open and closes, the likelihood of us going higher is there. So that is the warning for you to trade accordingly. Keep in mind that 1750 is resistance right now, and until we can claim a 4-hour above it, we should be looking for sideways and down into some consolidational support, like this little triangle we're forming on a 4-hour over here, and then we could look for some breakout. Okay, after it consolidates as much as it wants to, grinds it out, probably New York Open, you get that pop up, and then an hour or two later you see that rollover. So keep that in mind moving forward for today's trading day. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comments section below. As always, I'll get back to you in the next one. And then if you haven't already, please leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications. And if you are interested in trading with us live, feel free to join us on our Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that help this channel grow. So thank you so much. And if you guys have any other urgent questions, feel free to DM me on the Discord and I'll get to you immediately. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And yes, the DM on the Discord is the best way to communicate with me in the fastest manner, because I'm watching it all the time. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Trade carefully.